Because good ideas matter more than ideology. KBLA Talk 1580, your station, your voice, your city. Listen live at KBLA 1580 AM on our free KBLA 1580 app or on our website at KBLA1580.com.
Unapologetically progressive.
I'm Zoe Williams, the voice of reason. If your relationship is in trouble, I'm the dude to call. Has your soulmate become your cellmate? Does black love still exist? What are your bedroom turnoffs? Fantasies and fetishes. Financial infidelity. I'm dating a fat person. Are they worth the wait? Trust me, this gonna be crazy.
How about the heavy stuff?
The child wasn't his, and he still had to pay child support.
It's a very heated topic.
How was that right?
Mama's baby, daddy's maybe.
I just have so many questions I want to ask you.
I just like to kiss it. There's something wrong with that.
Damn.
He told me he had a vasectomy. I'm pregnant.
Betrayal has been committed.
Hit you with the bad pipes routine.
How does he maintain his humposity?
He likes it when it pinches my neck.
Why can't you open up, brother?
I'm a karate man. Karate man rules on the inside. They don't show their weaknesses.
Yeah.
How do you write women so well?
Zoe Williams,
Reason and accountability.
the voice of reason.
Have you ever heard of the Japanese concept of wabi-sabi?
No. Wabi-sabi?
So wabi-sabi is a Japanese design concept, which is beauty in that which is temporary or imperfect. So have you ever seen Japanese ceramics?
Yeah.
They're wonky, or the glaze is not even.
Yeah.
And they're beautiful. You know why? Because they're handmade. Tree bark, trees. You know, when you have a wooden bowl, wood is beautiful. Why? It's imperfect, right? Unique. Things made on a machine are the same and less beautiful. And things made by hand are beautiful because they're imperfect. What makes people beautiful is not that we get everything right. It's that we get many things wrong. And what makes us fall in love is not the person who's perfect. It's the person who accepts our imperfections. And we know we're in love when we learn to accept theirs, not learn to want to.
Human error. The value of human error.
The value of human error.
I've been saying it for years. WIP, work in progress. So that perfect mate. Build a mate is tonight's topic. But the reason why we want to build a perfect mate is because we want someone that will never trip the wire that is surrounding the wound. Listen, I'm going to say something right now, and I want it to resonate in your spirit. What if expectation served as an attachment anxiety in disguise? As I ask that, Andy, get in here, and then we jump it back to Val. Andy, go ahead.
If imperfections are so beautiful, why do we have so much negative viewpoints on our imperfections?
I love that. I love that, Andy. Let me give you an example. Say plastic surgery. Have you just seen just a gorgeous woman, all natural, and then you seen another woman, no disrespect, that got a little work done? It looks artificial, and in the artificiality of it, we'll judge, right? We'll be like, something's off. Wow. Right? So, Andy, there is negativity around imperfection because there's insecurity. No one has been taught, do you understand, to lean into their imperfection, which is leaning into their humanity. No, you see what I'm saying? If you understand humanity, you understand imperfection. Right? Michael Jordan, I missed 4,000 shots, that commercial, right? That's part of, you calling me the GOAT, but there's imperfections in what I've done. Michael Jackson, Billie Jean, after the performance of Billie Jean, Motown 25, man, that I was upset. Everybody loved that performance, but I didn't like it because I didn't hit the toe stand. I didn't stay there long enough. That's humanity. But listen to what I'm asking. What if your relational expectations serve as attachment anxiety right? Listen, attachment anxiety in disguise. What if an expectation is really pre-regulation? What if it's an extension of control? No different than Build-A-Mate. I'm going to give y'all an exclusive coming out in my new book. Expectations don't arrive as overt expectations, like demands. It arrives as something the organism is already convinced is reasonable. Not as fear, not as instability, but as something cleaner, more structured, persuasive enough to pass as clarity or wisdom, to pass as standards. To borrow the language of emotional intelligence and move unchecked because nothing about it resembles what it actually is. This is not what I need. This is what respect looks like. This is what love requires, pre-regulation. This is all pre-regulation. Before any of that receives examination, the mechanism underneath expectation has already organized the interaction. What reads as articulation functions as pre-regulation. The moment shaped in advance so the discomfort never fully arrives because the system has already arranged the conditions to prevent what it cannot afford to feel. Let me put my expectations in place. I'm building a mate. I'm building them up. So even if they don't show up the way I need them to show up, I've already built in the expectation that they might fail. Pre-regulation. What if expectation is just pre-regulation? And then if I ultimately get what I want, my wounds are safe. Because these were my demands. These were my standards. Do you see? Partner programming through expectations. Right? Connection does not lead. When it comes to expectations, connection, listen what I'm about to say. When it comes to expectations, connection does not lead. Stabilization leads. I have an unspoken contract with you that you're to stabilize me via the reception, right, of my expectations of you. Connection does not lead, stabilization does. And once stabilization takes priority, the other organism stops functioning as a separate system and becomes a variable inside a sequence already in motion, a role assigned without consent, evaluated without awareness, maintained only as long as it continues to regulate what has not yet been resolved internally. What if that's expectation? I know people don't want to hear it put that way. That's why you want to build a perfect mate that will never go outside of the programming, the pre-regulation programming. Do you see? Listen to what we ask for. I need him to be loving. I need him to be caring and concerned about me. And when I say, where does the desire to be cared for or where does that come from? And if you loved you, the whole you, the shadow, the disowned parts, if you loved all of that, would you need that from them? Would that be on the list as an expectation, as pre-regulation? The voice of reason is in here tonight. Welcome to Build a Mate, right? I need them to, I got to build them to my exact specifications. This is a bespoke boo. It's custom to my wounds. Nobody ever told me that a human could heal themselves, right? Come on, who's with me tonight? I got Val on the line from La Lizzie, Valerie from Los Angeles. Now,
Yes.
you remember you said there's something in me that I was avoiding.
Well, no, I know there are things in me that I'm avoiding because I simply have not been triggered. And I think in this instance, for me, if I were to build a mate, the requirement would be that they could, I don't know how to say it. Let me think. Let me go back. Remember I told you guys when I was suicidal, I got out of the hospital, out of 5150. 3 weeks later, got locked down into a 4-year relationship, and that was the emotionally abusive and threatened of physical violence. So that happened, I believe, because I continued to do my work and expected him to understand. But he wanted me to be the broken bird. And when I wasn't, and I would come back after he had some kind of blow up, I'd come back and say, okay, what did you mean when you said that? Because I need some clarity. And that I need to be able to ask questions and get answers. That I need.
Yes. Right.
Everything else,
and that's okay.
I don't know.
And that's okay. But the question and answer session with self, with spirit, and I'm talking about the higher self that dwells within you.
Well, you know how I feel about that higher self. I'm trying to get to the inner self.
The same thing.
You know, the form of the realms. No, the
same
higher
thing.
self
It's
to
semantics. Same thing. Semantics.
Me,
Inner,
okay.
higher, interdimensional self. It's all the same thing. All the same thing. Yes.
Well, I think you can only go so far by yourself. I've been locked in on my mountaintop. You know, shine a light on everything I can shine. But at some point, you got to get out and walk it like you talk it.
Come on. And then when you get into the relationship and it shows you the mirror of who you are, oftentimes we have our eyes focused and locked in like a predator. We're looking at them, how they're going to show up. Oftentimes, we don't observe ourselves. How am I going to show up? How will I be triggered? And this time when I'm triggered, how am I going to process? Have I built capacity? What are my blind spots? We don't walk into relationships like that. We walk into relationships in a build-a-mate mindset. They got to show up. We're hyper-vigilant towards them. Why? Because we're on wound patrol and we need more officers.
I'm not trying to get a PhD in somebody else.
Come on! So how often have you just stayed locked in, stayed present? And when I say present, no judgment, but you have stayed self-observant when you walked in to the relationship.
I don't know.
Do you see? Most people are not like that. It's not a normal thing. The normal thing is I'm here to get something. Not I'm here to learn something that I don't know about myself. Am I off?
Yes.
Am I off on that?
No.
Yeah. We haven't been conditioned that way, right? Yeah.
And I think that's where, you know, wife ends up getting divorced. Yeah, because the relationships don't last. And my relationships, you know, 10 years, 5 years, 4 years, whatever, they always ended with the you've changed. And it's not so much I've changed what we're supposed to change, but it's, I'm not carrying the weight of your love. I'm not carrying the weight of, it's not my job to make anybody happy but me. That's so heavy.
And if that's
I
the
don't want
case,
someone to make me heavy.
But if that's the case, why do we have expectations? If that's the case, if we really believe that, why do we expect them to show up in a certain way?
Well, that's the work. We got to smash those. Well, first we got to figure out where the expectations came from.
Yes,
I'm
now
talking
we
to
doing
myself
it
right now.
Yeah, you cooking, honey. Come on.
And once we identify where they come from, then we can assess if they serve or not. Because, I mean, just because something is good today, it's bad today, it might be good tomorrow. You know, everything is fluid. So my best today might look like crap tomorrow. So I have to flow with me. So I have to give that grace. And I think relationship is an exercise in practicing grace.
Self-grace. Let's start there. Yeah.
Well, you have to have it inside. Yeah. I had to give myself grace first so that I could understand that my problem with my suitor supreme last week was about my ex-husband. So I could stop blowing smoke in my own mirror and see myself clearly. I have to see myself, give myself grace.
Yes.
To extend the grace, because you can't give what you ain't got.
That's right.
But we don't recognize.
And then on top of that, you shouldn't seek to give it when you ain't got it for yourself.
I was telling somebody that today. You know, a young mother that I love very dearly. It's like, you're your first priority. I know you love your children. But if you fall down, what happens to your kids?
They're going to come to my house and sweep me up in a dustpan.
Well, right. The world's going to keep on rolling.
That's right. That's right.
If you really want the best, get the PhD in you.
Ooh, get the PhD in you. Yes. That's what we talking about. I love that. Hey, Val, once again, you made my night. You showed up. You showed out. You were transparent. I just love having conversations with you. You get it. You're tapped into you. And as long as you stay tapped into you, you're going to continue to grow. Guess what you just did?
I am trying. And I brought LA into the building. Give thanks.
Yeah! Los Angeles is in the house. Listen, if you want to bring your city in the building, all you got to do is get on the phone line. The number to dial is 1-800-920-1580. We're going to keep cooking.
Reasons. The reasons that we're here, the reasons that we fear, our feelings won't disappear. You're listening to the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Did you know about 1 in 3 people with plaque psoriasis may also develop psoriatic arthritis, which causes joint pain, stiffness, and swelling? Does this sound like you? Listen to what it sounds like to be a million miles away. Tremfya guselkumab, taken by injection, is a prescription medicine for adults with moderate to severe plaque psoriasis who may benefit from taking injections or pills or phototherapy, and for adults with active psoriatic arthritis. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine. Imagine being a million miles away. Explore what's possible. Ask your doctor about Tremfya. Visit tremfya.com or call 1-800-526-7736.
Is reviewing life insurance on your to-do list? Now's the perfect time to add it. A friend recently told me that securing life insurance sooner rather than later can help you lock in lower rates for years to come. So I bumped this up on my list and got it done. I called SelectQuote and couldn't believe how easy and affordable life insurance is. I'm 40 and got a $500,000 policy for $16 a month. My husband's also 40 and his $500,000 policy was only $18 a month. Plus, with SelectQuote's same-day coverage, there was no medical exam required and we were covered by the time we hung up. Knowing I have this checked off my list feels amazing, but the peace of mind knowing my family is protected feels even better.
Call SelectQuote at 1-800-729-7070. That's 1-800-729-7070. Or go to SelectQuote.com to get your free quote today. That's 1-800-729-7070. Details on example rate at SelectQuote.com.
KBLA Talk 1580.
We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. The BLM Center for Black Power is a hub for Black activism in the city of Los Angeles, a standalone nonprofit affiliated with Black Lives Matter LA. The venue is home to live events, meetings, and organizing drives for Black-led community-based organizations. It is also the base of operations for Black Lives Matter LA. Built on what used to be a nuisance property owned by an arms dealer, the BLM Center for Black Power is in the heart of Leimert Park and has opened its doors to everything from youth organizers to toy drives to film screenings and community town hall meetings. To make a donation or make a request, please visit blmla.org. That's blmla.org. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
You want some more? It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Yeah. I like the way that feel. I built you up, but if ever I fall down and I need you to pick me up, promise me you'll be around. Hold me down. Now listen, if you let me, I'll be the reason you shine. It's the secret, I want the world to know that you're mine. But on some real communications could be better. So I'm writing this song instead of a love letter. They gon' play it on the radio 100 times a day. I figured when you hear it, you would stop and think of me. I wanna get to know you and be the reason you smile.
Hey,
you know
Andy, let me just say this. Let me just say this, Andy. You know 50 is one of my favorites. Oh, I love some 50 Cent records, man. I'm just sorry. He's just one of my favorites. I like him better than Jay. Yeah, I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it and I'm going to end mine. I love 50's work, man. What about Do You Think About Me? That's a sleeper. Should have been a #1 hit for him. Yes, I hear what you're saying. But when 50 was on his game, come on, he got records that fit the topic. Andy just played one. I was inspired to find another. Do you think of what? Come on.
Yeah. You think about money when you think about me, huh? That's why my ex, you don't wanna be her. She used to have a Beamer, now she on a sneaker. I had her eating lobster, now she eating pizza. I think about Easter when I think about Keisha. Shorty stay fly, that's why I keep her. Brown like the reefer, brown Mona Lisa. She good if I leave her, she got her own visa. Think about them when you think about frontin'. Think about stunting when you think about me. I'm the boss, Bentley or the Porsche. Overseas, sea, jet ski, slide across. I love the way you dress. Now take it off. Put your legs high on my shoulders, of course. I'm racing through your mind.
I think we confuse marrying the one with becoming the one.
Jamal, hold on, wait. You about to bless the people of God. Let me brace myself for it. Now teach.
I can't find the right one. He ain't got this, he ain't got that. And they're expecting what takes 30, 40 years to happen in 3 dates. God did not say marry the one. He said they shall become one flesh. That become is a lifetime journey of ups, downs, pains, traumas. We are not talking about something that is easy. Love is hard. You are marrying an imperfect person. As a husband and as a wife, your job is to help heal your spouse's wound, and you got to learn how to work.
No, sorry. It's not your job. But we're going to clean it up. It's not your job to heal them. Their job is their job. I was with him. I was riding. And the next thing you know, I fell off the back of the truck like a stolen computer. And I just hit the concrete. It's not our job. That's some stuff we got to get out of the conversation. Your job is to come here and heal generations of entropy. Ooh. Did I reveal too much? I'm going to be quiet on that. Callie Soul from Denver, Colorado is on the line. Callie, get up in here. Let me talk to you. What are your thoughts on tonight's topic? Callie, are you there? Callie Soul? Callie? Callie, are you there? Put her on hold. We'll come back to Callie. That's going to make me talk about what I didn't want to talk about. Do you know you get to change the trajectory of your lineage by healing right now? When you heal now, you think it's not being encoded into the DNA? I know people don't. Where Zoe get this stuff from? Somebody told you to forget your magic. That's the magic. Listen, the work reveals the magic. How about that? Right? The inner work reveals your inner magic. I don't. So Callie Soul, and I'm going to come back to her, but Callie was talking about, she said, I'm still stuck on the image. That's what she said on our KBLA YouTube channel. Right? We played a clip from Bruce Lee's Enter the Dragon movie. He said, you destroy the enemy by destroying the image. You destroy the image, you destroy the enemy. They got all of this from Krishnamurti. Listen to what Murti says. He said, we have become image worshipers. Not worshipers of truth, not worshipers of righteous life, but worshipers of images. You telling me that's not Instagram, that's not TikTok, that's not social media? Okay, cool. Worshipers of images. That's not celebrity, right? The national image with its flag, a rag. The image that you have of a scientist. This is who he is. He's supposed to be accredited. His ethos is image, right? Of the government and so on. Image making is one of humanity's greatest failings. That's what Krishnamurti said about the image. When we come forward, if you think we're done, you'd be wrong. Let's go!
He's on fire tonight. It's the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams, exclusively on KBLA Talk 1580.
On Amber Payton with BIN News Now. First Lady Melania Trump says she had no knowledge of Jeffrey Epstein's sex crimes and denies any connection to him, including claims she was ever on his plane.
Donald and I were invited to the same parties as Epstein from time to time.
Speaking from the White House, she called the allegations false smears and says her legal team is demanding retractions from those spreading them, including political strategist James Carville. A pilot program aimed at boosting reading skills among D.C. students is showing strong results. Funded by a $16 million federal grant, the effort focused on low-income and black students and helped reduce the achievement gap by about a third. And Alcorn State University is partnering with NVIDIA to bring AI into its curriculum, becoming the first HBCU in Mississippi to do so. The initiative aims to train thousands in AI, machine learning, and data science. Get BIN News Now on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app.
This is an important message from the Mine Safety and Health Administration. Mining fatalities, accidents, and injuries are preventable. Staying alert and focused can keep you safe. Take time, save lives. For more resources, visit MSHA.gov.
Every day on KBLA Talk 1580, it's like a live town hall meeting over the airwaves. Politics, culture, community, justice, nothing is off the table. We take more listener calls, spark more honest conversations, and challenge more assumptions than any talk station in Southern California. Because good ideas matter more than ideology. KBLA Talk 1580, your station, your voice, your city. Listen live at KBLA 1580 AM on our free KBLA 1580 app or on our website at KBLA1580.com.
Unapologetically progressive.
Every morning, we rise and shine, make breakfast, and brush away the night's rest. These routines help us start the day off right. Nature-Made vitamins are a simple step in that daily care regimen. Multivitamins with daily essentials, clinically studied probiotics for gut health support, magnesium to help relax the body. Nature-Made is made to care for you every day. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Ron had a tax problem he just couldn't handle on his own.
I owed the IRS taxes for over 5 years, but I didn't have any money to pay the taxes.
Those years cost him dearly.
Most of it was fees and interest. It was horrible.
Ron finally called in the pros.
I called Optima Tax Relief, and boy, am I happy I did.
The leading tax resolution firm, Optima, is A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau. They've resolved over $1 billion for their clients. Ron was overjoyed.
They settled my account with the IRS. I was ecstatic. They are a lifesaver. They are. I am so happy.
Take Ron's advice and call Optima now for a free consultation.
Yeah, don't do like I did and wait. Call Optima Tax Relief. Do it now. You'll be ecstatic like me.
Call 800-919-9077. 800-919-9077. 800-919-9077.
Optima Tax Relief.
Testimonial from an actual client. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Carpal tunnel syndrome, heart failure that doesn't improve with common medicines. These are some signs and symptoms associated with ATTR-CM, or the cardiomyopathy of ATTR amyloidosis, a serious heart condition with symptoms that get worse over time. Amvuttra, vutrisiran, is a prescription medicine given by a healthcare provider that treats ATTR-CM in adults to reduce heart-related death, hospital stays, and urgent visits. In a clinical study, Amvuttra was proven to help people live longer and have fewer heart-related hospital stays and urgent visits over 3 years compared to placebo. Amvuttra lowers the amount of vitamin A in your blood, which can affect vision. Other side effects include pain in the arms or legs, pain in the joints, and shortness of breath. These are not all the possible side effects of Amvuttra. For prescribing information, call 1-833-256-2748 or learn more at amvuttra.com. Ask your doctor about Amvuttra for ATTR-CM.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. The midterm elections are upon us. It is voting season once again. Common Cause's motto is fighting for the democracy we deserve. In service of that goal, Common Cause puts its state and national policy expertise massive network of grassroots supporters and nonpartisan approach into action to strengthen our democracy against the challenges we face today. They work at every level of government on priorities that impact each of our lives, like defending the right to vote, limiting big money's influence on our elections, holding public officials accountable, and more. Common Cause is a nonpartisan grassroots organization dedicated to upholding the core values of American democracy. They seek to empower all people to make their voices heard in the political process. This election may be the most important one ever. If you'd like to make a donation or volunteer in service to the Constitution, please visit commoncause.org. That's commoncause.org. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
This is KBLA Talk 1580. Talk radio. That's music to your ears. We're unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580. You're listening to the voice of reason with Zoe Williams. Only on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm with this
complexion. Two-step. Complexion don't mean a thing.
It's a solo
Ooh, complexion.
Two-step.
It all feels the same.
It's a solo live.
Dark is the midnight hour, her bright is the morning sun. Give a fuck about your complexion, I know what the Germans done. Sneak me through the back window, I'm a good field. I made a flower for you out of cotton just to chill with you. You know I go the distance, you know I'm 10 toes down even if Massa listening. Cover your ears, he bout to mention complexion.
Two-step.
Complexion don't mean a thing.
It's a solo live.
You're going to want to listen to this.
I think a lot of people don't realize that in a relationship, you can be with anybody if everything is perfect. Because perfect is easy, right? I can be with anybody in the world if they never do anything that I do not like, because that is easy. You have to work at being with a person who's going to also have their own opinions, their own feelings, and their own perspective of things. And even when you disagree, deciding to be with them despite the things that you don't like that they like. And that's a conscious decision that you have to make every day.
Wow. In other words, why are you letting it bother you? You have to learn to grow resilience so that if your partner has different opinions, different hobbies, they're allowed to be who they are. As long as it doesn't completely infringe on who you are. Be okay with the differences. Embrace them. Learn from them.
Who was that, Andy? John Deepak. I love it. The voice of reason. Cooking with the rarest grease. You already know what it is. We want to have difficult conversations. It's hard to be patient when you're performing. Why? Because your tank is going to run on E at some point. You're going to lose capacity. Andy, can you find the record Patience by John B? You got so many people to say, you know what? Whatever I'm here for, there's a payoff in it. And if I have to perform to maintain it, I'll perform. But you know you're putting a relationship on a timer. You're building in entropy. The longer a thermodynamic system goes on, the more it begins to break down into disorder. That's what entropy is. That's how you describe it. Yeah, relationships between human beings are a thermodynamic dyadic. Two people locked in. And if two people are performing, right, behind the mask of expectations that serve as pre-regulation, don't wake my wounds up, it's got to be good all the time. Listen, that's what we on tonight. Date my image. 1-800-920-1580. I got somebody on the line right now. Let's get him. Callie Soul is in the building.
Good evening.
What up, Callie?
What's up?
What's up?
So this topic here.
Yeah. Here we go.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, you go. Hey.
You go.
You go.
This topic made me. You know how good DJs will go crate digging.
Mm-hmm.
This topic made me go journal digging.
Talk to me.
Because at the beginning, when you ask, like, well, what would your list be if you could build the perfect partner?
Mm-hmm.
And I immediately thought of the crash outs that I've had in the past and what those lists can create. Like they create a lot of expectations that 9 times out of 10 are not going to be met.
Mm-hmm.
Like you'll see the 80-20 rule come into effect, or the 90-10 rule, where it's like, oh, you'll get 90% of what you want, but the other 10 you got to figure out if you're going to tolerate the fact that 10 is missing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And same with 80-20. It's like, oh, you might get 80%, but the other 20 you got to see if you're willing to tolerate those things missing. But what I found with those lists, and the list that I wrote is dated from 2016. So that means I was going through a divorce at the time. And I remember Iyanla Vanzant, I can't remember the name. I mean, the amount of items she said to put on the list. But it was like some crazy number, like maybe 99 or 107 or something like that. And I never reached whatever number she gave us.
But what was her objective for telling you to put so many items on the list?
She said that we should state what we want. We should write down what we want. At least, it seems like just that simple. At least that's what I took from it.
So let's invert it. Let's invert it. State what you want is a certain type of manifestation practice. Write it down, right? Take it out of your head and bring it into the real world by writing it down. It exists the moment you write it down, right? That's a manifestation practice, right?
Mm-hmm.
What if we invert it and say, become what you want? Write down a practice, a discipline to become what you want. So you're not beholden or eventually dependent on those who give you what you want. Because now you're a co-creator of calling in the provision from the outside. That's like calling in the dope dealer. Do you see where I'm going?
Yes.
Do you? I'm not trying to be mean to You remember, you said this in the chat. You brought it up. You said, I'm still stuck on smash the mirror. Right?
Well, yes.
Do we not have an image of who we think the provider is? Build a mate. Who we think the perfect woman is? Build a mate. And typically our specifications for how this person is supposed to be is coming from some deficiency within us. Does that make sense? Am I off, Callie? Push back. Push me on the ground.
Yeah, like, so does that mean that, like, the purpose of the mirror is to reflect back to you what you are, and then you totally dismantle it then? Because, like I said, I was stuck on smashing the...
So watch this.
The mirror.
So watch this. Mama was inconsistent when you needed her the most. You go into survival mode and learn how to get what you need. You learn manipulation. When we talk about insecure attachment, the insecure attachment styles learn to manipulate in order to get what they need from others. They did it in childhood. They carry it into adulthood. You come into a relationship, you see the mirror of the manipulator. Break the mirror, because that's not you. You needed that as a child. You don't need it as an... Do you see?
Mm-hmm.
Do you see?
Yeah.
That makes sense?
It makes sense.
So oftentimes, Valerie was just saying it. We need to be in a relationship, and that's the reason why. Which is why I told her, hey, when you go into the relationship, all eyes on you. Your eyes on you. We go into the relationship, all eyes on them. Are they going to show up like my mama did or didn't?
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes they show up like your mama didn't. They're more attractive. Sometimes they show up in a way, they show up like your mama. They say, ooh, wow, that's familiar. They show up unlike your mama. You go, you're a weirdo. I'm a little uncomfortable. I'm unsure about you. And that's whether your mother was healthy or dysfunctional. Right?
Right.
We dating rhythms. We're dating patterns. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, I see where you're coming from. Because I think, like, just now in my life, I'm starting to see, like, the benefit of contrast when it comes to our relationships. Like, I think in the past, I always have looked for somebody to, like one of the clips that you were playing earlier, like, I want you to show up like me because that feels comfortable. But now I'm seeing, like, that's boring. Like, you want contrast. Contrast is what makes everything continue.
And your word,
you know, like without struggle.
Your word was correct there. Boring, right? That's boring, right? We can use another word too. That's safe.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Your word was right. I love it, Callie.
I just wonder also, is this what Prince meant by the beautiful ones always smash the picture?
Come on, reference. Where the beautiful ones at,
it's
Andy?
kind of making me think like he was using a metaphor with that. I never quite thought of it the way you have posed it tonight. Like, now I see what he was saying, whereas before I thought he was always saying, like,
the beautiful ones.
The beautiful ones are
always
crazy.
Smash the picture. Always. Every time. Callie, guess what you just did?
Brought Denver into the building.
Denver, Colorado is on the board. If you want to bring your city in the building, you know what you got to do. 1-800-920-1580. Andy, give me a piece of that when we come to the other side of it.
Relationships. Got you confused? Need some straight talk? This is where you get the unfiltered truth about love, relationships, and everything in between. He breaks down relationship dynamics with no-nonsense wisdom and practical advice that actually works. Tackling the questions you're afraid to ask and giving you the answers you need to hear. You're inside the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
My name is Tyrone Owens, and this is my home for 23 years that burned in the fire. Me and my wife, Charlene, we had this whole yard decorated every year.
This was the house that sparkled throughout the entire neighborhood on all the holidays. It's a community that will never be the same due to the negligence of the utility company. So I am pretty upset about that.
We were nowhere near being able to rebuild with our insurance. It's going to cost $1 million to put your house back up.
I want to get back to that point where we were before the fire. I'm starting to get emotional, but I'll work through it. LA Fire Justice has been wonderful for us. They're just caring people. We have all faith in them.
Big ups to LA Fire Justice, who's given us hope to rebuild 100%.
Advertisement. Douglas Foster, 221 East Walnut Street, Suite 100, Pasadena, California, 91101 is the attorney responsible for this ad.
LA Fire Justice is proud to sponsor Conversation Live, Altadena Rising with James Farr on KBLA Talk 1580.
Ready to order?
Yes. We're earning unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment with the Capital One Saver card, so let's just get one of everything.
Everything?
Fire everything. The Capital One Saver card is at table 27 and they're earning unlimited 3% cash back.
Yes, Chef! This is so nice.
Had a feeling you'd want 3% cash back on dessert.
Ooh, tiramisu.
Earn unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment with the Capital One Saver card. Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Hi, I'm Zoe Williams, host of The Voice of Reason, weeknights at 7 p.m. here on KBLA Talk 1580, with a personal invitation for you to join me and Insight.me as we present The Healing Box, live at Inglewood's world-famous Miracle Theater, Saturday evening, May 23rd at 7 p.m. Look, I understand your attachment style has been running your life like a rogue algorithm, and nobody has had the courage to press pause. Until now, Dr. Pakoya McCall and yours truly are curating a night where clinicians, spiritualists, and an all-star panel of Black woman healers like Dr. Shalonda Sunshine Crawford, Dr. Jashana Johnson, and spiritualist Precious McGill will join some amazing spoken word artists and the legendary comedian Louis Dix to diagnose, disrupt, and heal your relational wreckage in real time. Listen, bring your trauma. As a matter of fact, bring your baby mama. No, bring your testimony. And if you're still texting your ex at 2 a.m., baby, you're not just invited, you're the target demo. Tickets are moving fast, so grab yours at themiracleinglewood.com before your dating history gets flagged as a pre-existing condition. That's themiracleinglewood.com. We'll see you there Saturday, May 23rd at 7 p.m.
You know you want some more. It's the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Yeah, shorty. I see. Go ahead and chill with your friends. Holla.
Don't be mad, I'm not trying to offend. Your shape is captivating, but I'ma be patient. If I have to, I'ma just fall back. Ain't no need to press the fact that I'm open off your style. You're sexy when you walk. I ain't even heard you talk, yeah. If your voice is as fly as your skin tone, then I already know what you sound like when you moan. I don't wanna be patient, don't wanna jump the gun. I don't want somebody else to screw you.
There was only one variable that separated the people who have a strong sense of love and belonging and the people who really struggle for it, and that was the people who have a strong sense of love and belonging believe they're worthy of love and belonging. That's it. They believe they're worthy. And so these folks had, very simply, the courage to be imperfect. They had the compassion to be kind to themselves first and then to others, because as it turns out, we can't practice compassion with other people if we can't treat ourselves kindly. And the last was they had connection, and this was the hard part. As
a relationship that doesn't have true contact is only connected via images, via a mask. When I say true contact, I don't mean we together. Don't you know our mask can be together and not us? Yeah, easy. A relationship that has foundational spiritual contact. This is not, let me do it another way. I don't want to deal with the side of myself that I've orphaned. Right? And I don't want my partner to deal with that either. You don't know you're calling in the very recipe that disturbs the orphaned self. Krishnamurti wrote in a book, Freedom from the Known. All I know is my image of you. Yes, after 20 years of marriage. Right? When I observe my wife, I observe her from the center of my image of her. And she observes me with the same image she has of me. So there is always this division. There's no contact there. Who are you? Especially when everything has been outsourced. You're my rock. Okay. Do you see what I've been pushing towards? Krishnamurti takes it another level. What does he say? If we look through an image or with an image, right? With an image in mind, if we look with an image, he said, it's a distortion. It's a distortion. Right? Can we observe the person with whom we live intimately without the image, without the picture, without the idea? Is that not build-a-mate? Let me build something perfect, something with no flaws that will not trigger the part. So expectations become requests for pre-regulation. Do you see? Let me see. You hear people say, oh, I believe in you. Watch what I'm about to say tonight, because this was going to be the top. I believe in you, Andy. I made contact with Andy. I'm projecting a hope onto Andy when I say I believe in Andy. I believe it, and it's powerful. No disrespect. Watch what Krishnamurti says. A mind full of images cannot perceive. No, I don't believe in you, Andy. I perceive you. If I put it on religion, we really going somewhere. Do you see? The observer sees through the image, and the image is continued in time. So I cannot see anything new. Nothing can grow. It's all static. Don't change. Trust. We got to keep it like this. It's good. Don't. Do you see? The observer sees through the image, right? And the image is continued in time. And so I cannot see anything new. If I look at my wife with the image of years and I call that a relationship, there is nothing new in it. So is it possible to see something new without the observer? The observer is time. Can I look at what is the fragmented? What is the reality of a thing, the truth, the ground of it? Can I make contact with it without the observer? That is time. Well, how does that apply? So you used to do this. Time, the observer, looking through the image. Time. You used to be like that. We used to do this. You haven't made contact with the reality of who we are. Do you see? Let me build something that I don't have to worry about changing and evolving. They'll stick right into what I... Listen, this has been an amazing week. Y'all know what I do. I start the conversations. It's up to you to finish it. It's not a prerequisite that you will agree, but I bet you thought about something today, didn't you? When we come forward next week, gonna be just as lit. Let's get it.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
I'm Bree Wood with BIN News Now. Former talk show host Montel Williams is launching his National School Safety Tour in Denver, Colorado.
It takes a whole village to raise a child. Well, it takes an entire community to keep a child safe.
He's hosting a free community forum for his The Only Way Out Is Through project focused on preventing school shootings. A black woman in Jonesboro, Arkansas is facing